What is going on, everybody? This is Bronson, and we're back again for our Smackdown live review. Smackdown for October 9th, 2018. We are at Smackdown 999 according to WWE because it will be Smackdown Live 1000 next week. I do know Rey Mysterio will be there next week as well as Evolution. Edge is supposed to be there. The Undertaker has been confirmed. And many other legends will be there as well. I think this would probably be appropriate for the one and probably only time you would see SmackDown at a 3-hour show, just because you're going to have so many people there, and you don't want to, overdo it you don't want to just sit there and make SmackDown a bad show because, we had so many people coming back and we don't want to ruin it. But other than that, SmackDown tonight was probably the best SmackDown we've seen all year. I mean, yes, we did have Big Show and Randy Orton in the main event for a chance to go to Crown Jewel for the World Cup, but there was the first part of the entire show was Becky Lynch versus Charlotte for the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. Well, I do have two gripes with this match, but I will get to those in a minute. And we also had Samoa Joe versus Jeff Hardy for a qualifying match for Crown Jewel as well, with a little tease and a little culmination of what seems like to be Jeff Hardy changing and morphing into something else that not too many people on the WWE mainstays would know, and I will talk about that as well. But the entire first hour of the show was 2 matches, no promos, no bullshit, let's just get it done. The second half of the show was probably the downer of the show because we did have the remaining one night in Milwaukee, which turned out to be just a bait and switch, which everyone should have known it was going to be, but it does not paint Aiden English in a very good light. And then we had the main event of the show, which of course was we also had a fantastic Miz TV. Definitely with Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles. That was, I believe, the opening of the second hour of the show after Paige made an announcement for WWE Evolution. So Crown Jewel being built too by the men, and the women get a SmackDown Live match for the Women's Championship in a first time ever, which continues the first time ever for the women's division on WWE TV. I honestly don't know what else they could do for a first time ever for the women. We've had the Royal Rumble. We had Hell in a Cell in 2016. We had the Elimination Chamber. We had a Battle Royal, which that's what they want to go with, whatever. We have an all-women's pay-per-view with the stipulation that Paige put out tonight. Unless you're going with a all-women's Punjabi prison match or a casket match or a Buried Alive match or a... let's see. What else could they do for stipulations that the women haven't done yet? I think that's about it. I mean, they could do, other ones that you'd actually want to see come back, not the Punjabi prison match, but the other ones. They really don't have any of the matches that you would see the women doing, except for I would love to see a women's one-on-one casket match. I'm just saying, get the right women to be like that creepy Undertaker or like dark-sided character. Like what if Sister Abigail would have been an actual female instead of what they were going to do with Bray Wyatt last year. If it would have been an actual female, that would have been a perfect person or a perfect character to do a casket match for the women. So get us a creepy undead bride. Like if Su Yung came to WWE. If Su Yung came to WWE and was the undead bride as she is in Impact Wrestling, that would be a perfect first time ever women's casket match. Su Yung versus whoever. That would be perfect. And it wouldn't be against Charlotte because Charlotte would win. You would have to have Su Yung go over. But that's neither here nor there. So WWE is running out of first time evers, but I'm sure we'll get another one of those as we get on in this year and 2019. The show started off with Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair. If Becky Lynch got DQ'd, then Charlotte Flair would win the championship. My first gripe of this show, even though this is probably the best SmackDown we've seen in a long time, was they did not get, they did jobber entrances for both women, which, if you want to look at that, told you that this was going to be a fuck finish. You just knew it was going to be, with the fact that Charlotte and Becky both did not get a single entrance. Oh, I gotta show that later. But yes, That is exactly what happened. We did have a Let's Go Charlotte Becky Lynch dueling chance, which does not mean Charlotte Flair is over as a babyface. It's just how fans like to do it. WWE continues to try and push Becky Lynch as a heel because, again, tonight, Becky Lynch grabbed her championship and tried to walk away. Yes, if she lost by DQ, she would lose the championship. And they teased that was about to happen because when she was trying to walk away, again, Charlotte Flair goes out, grabs Becky, pulls her, and throws her back into the ring, but Becky does not drop the championship till she gets in the ring. Becky gets kicked Charlotte into the ref. The ref turns around. Becky kicks Charlotte, grabs the championship, because Charlotte was down, looks like she's about ready to do something. She has it up in the air. Ref catches her with the belt, thinking Becky Lynch hit Charlotte with the championship. He's about to DQ her when Charlotte rolls her up for the 1-2 kick out. If Charlotte would have waited another 10 seconds, she would have been the WWE SmackDown Live Women's Champion and been an 8-time Women's Champion, but that didn't happen. So WWE again trying to do the double countouts. You know what's funny though? Becky's getting counted out with the championship and all that ensues. A little bit later after that roll up, Becky and Charlotte on the side. Becky hits a Bexploder to Charlotte to the barricade. She gets back into the ring, and I don't get how WWE doesn't fucking get the fact that the fans are not going to boo Becky or don't want to boo Becky. Becky gets back into the ring, and the referee counts 1. The crowd counts 1. Ref counts 2, 3, 4, and the crowd counts with him. They wanted Becky to win the match by DQ. So WWE needs to get off their high horse and give us what we want, and that is a babyface Becky Lynch, and a nasty heel Charlotte. This needs to stop without trying to make sympathy for Charlotte. This match ends in a double countout. And the crowd was not happy. The crowd was not booing either of the women by the end of this match. They were booing the fact that the match ended in a double DQ. I hate double DQs. I really do. I know it's to set up a match at Evolution, which we will get to that in a second. But double countout. Post-match, Charlotte charges after Becky. Becky beats her down a little bit. And something I don't think ever should ever be done because it could go bad very badly, and Charlotte's fine, but when this was all said and done, this could have went really bad for Charlotte Flair. But Becky Lynch gets knocked into the LED boards. She's laying on the LED boards after she gets away from Charlotte, catching her breath. Charlotte decides to charge Becky Lynch and spear her into the LED boards. I want everybody who is from 1990s, who's watching wrestling from the late 90s to now, go back to WCW when Goldberg suffered his injury with his arm because he went out and he chased, I think it was the NWO or somebody into a limo, and he was supposed to use a 2x4, I think it was a crowbar or something, to bash the windows. Well, the crowbar or something got stuck in the first window, and he started using his hand, and he ended up cutting his entire wrist up, cutting the tendons up, screwing his arm completely. When you see the end of that thing and he smacks his fist to the top of the limo, it's a white limo, it wasn't a black limo, you see blood on the entire thing. It just was blood. Well, fast forward to today, and you see Charlotte Flair come up, and she is cut completely on her wrist. And I'm thinking about, oh my God, that they could have just screwed Charlotte up, and you know how much that would piss Vince McMahon off. This spot should not happen ever. It should not happen ever. Why they did it, the only reason I can see that they did that is because SmackDown Live 1000 is next week, and the set that we see tonight is going to change next week. We're not going to see this same set for SmackDown Live 1000. They're going to do some kind of different set. Why I say that? Because the original SmackDown set, how did they get rid of it? Well, it was a piece of shit, and it was definitely terrible, but Jericho got scored through the SmackDown Live set the original Smackdown set by Rhino. The very next week, they had the new opening package, and they had the double screens with the fist in the middle. When Monday Night Raw was going from their Ruthless Aggression screen to the HD screens that they use today, well, not these ones, but the ones that preceded these, Triple H, well, Vince McMahon had his face on the screen for Monday Night, like the Monday Night Raw Titantron screen at the bottom where the bottom Tron would be, and Triple H, and he's laughing at Triple H. Triple H has a sledgehammer and throws it to an obvious projector screen because they were using projectors back then for their Titantrons. And he threw it through there, and then they did a big explosive thing, and the very next week they had the HD Titantrons that, you know, they had forever that they could do so much more with, you know, add the lightning, add fire, flames, and everything, and that's what happened. So, yes, Charlotte Flair, who wrestled in the Mixed Match Challenge after this show, is very lucky that she only came out with a cut. Because 7 years ago, in February of 2011, I ended up tripping up the stairs in where I was living at the time, and there was a small blade on this little ledge that my fist went completely into, and I cut the tendons 75 and 50 on the two fingers that I have, and I cut an artery. That left me, I could not work where I was working at the time for about 2 weeks or so, and I had to have my hand in a splint or like a wrap with a board, and I couldn't use that hand. Charlotte would have been screwed. She probably would have still made Evolution, but she would have missed at least the next 3 weeks of TV healing that wound up, because that could have been very bad, or it could have been worse. She could have cut something in there and had to just and completely. They are very lucky that Charlotte came out of this with just a pretty bad cut. So this spot should not be done. Like, if they were going to do this spot, because those boards should have been able to just crash through it and the board's been gone. They had something, and I don't know who the fuck built this set tonight. But usually when the LED boards, it seems to be there. The last time they had someone go through the LED boards, they went straight through. Tonight, they had some kind of thing to brace those LED boards, so when Charlotte speared her through it, they wouldn't have done anything. Why they put that there is beyond me. That made this spot worse. Do not do that again. If you're going to do a spot like this, make sure that the LED boards are hung up by something else, and whatever they're going to go through is going to be clear path, so this does not happen. Charlotte is very lucky. I know we talk about, people are get on Charlotte all the time, but she is very lucky that she only came out with just a big cut. Very, very dangerous spot. Then we had Jeff Hardy versus Samoa Joe after they showed the replays of what happened over and over again. Joe's knee was a factor in this match. Now, the match was coming close to an end. Samoa Joe bounces Jeff Hardy off of the ring steps. And Jeff Hardy, something snapped in Jeff Hardy. And it sucks that Willow has never made a presence in WWE, ever. Because anybody who's seen Jeff Hardy when he was not in WWE, there was a time in Impact Wrestling where Jeff Hardy wrestled as Willow the Wisp. It was a character that he made in Omega. That is his darker side, his more violent side. Think of what you see with Randy Orton, that Randy Orton did to Jeff Hardy, but that's what Jeff Hardy would do as Willow. Willow would get disqualified from matches because he would go out, grab weapons, and beat the holy hell out of people he was wrestling. I felt like that was what was coming out of Jeff Hardy at the second half of the end of this match, because he went to town on Samoa Joe's injured knee so badly that when Samoa Joe tried to stand up, when he was able to hit Jeff Hardy in the face or something, Jeff Hardy, he could not get up. He tried 2 or 3 times, and then the ref was like, ring the bell, this is over. And then Jeff snapped back into being Jeff Hardy. But for that brief moment of time, it felt like that was not Jeff Nero Hardy or Brother Nero. Brother Nero is Jeff Hardy without the, swanton and any of those things. That looked like and felt like Willow was coming out of Jeff Hardy. The only thing was missing was the witch cackle that he does, which I could not do any justice. So I'm not even going to try. That felt like Willow, and hopefully this is a recurring thing, and eventually we see Willow in the Hardy. Hopefully Willow makes his WWE debut in the Hardy Halloween special or Halloween show they're doing on the WWE Network. There was a teaser put out tonight too for the Matt Hardy, the House Hardy or whatever they're going to call it, Halloween Spooktacular. They had Matt Hardy talking to Senior Benjamin, by the way, is his father-in-law, about preparing House Hardy for a massacre. So definitely going to be great to see the Broken Brilliance, and this has not been overseen by Vince McMahon. This has been overseen by Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy, Jeremy Borash, and everybody who did the stuff in Impact Wrestling. I don't even think anybody from WWE's staff, or like a Michael Hayes or any of those guys, are involved. I think it's just Jeff, Matt, and Jeremy Borash, and everybody from Impact Wrestling who now works for WWE. So I'm looking forward to that, and hopefully we'll see Willow, so people who don't know who Willow is can get a little taste of who he is, the side of Jeff Hardy that nobody in the WWE universe has seen. I've seen it, and I want to see more of it. I hope this is something that's going to continue on, that Jeff Hardy's just going to snap, and then eventually we'll hear that witch cackle from him, and it's like, holy shit, Willow's here, because that'll be great. The first promo of the night was actually the Smackdown Live Women's General Manager right after this match and before we got to Miss TV. She announces a first time ever at WWE Evolution for Charlotte and Becky Lynch.
Becky and Charlotte requiring medical because there's no clear winner, and due to the intensity of their rivalry, champion and challenger will face each other one more time at the first ever all-women's pay-per-view, WWE Evolution. And that's where another first, because Charlotte Flair will challenge Becky Lynch the Smackdown Women's title in our first ever Last Woman Standing.
No kidding. Not 10 minutes before she announced this, on Twitter, content creator and higher podcaster than I probably ever will be, JD from NY206, actually put a tweet out saying he wasn't a fan of the match. The match seemed to be getting worse, and he said, and I quote, "I assume we were getting a last woman standing match." So, Mr. JD, I guess you meant talking to Road Dogg lately and getting your scoops on what's going to be happening in WWE, because it's funny that as soon as you said that, not 10 minutes later, we had a promo from Paige. The first promo of the night, and there were 3 promos and 4 matches on this show. Definitely better than what we've seen from WWE. That's why I say this has been one of the best shows of SmackDown, probably all year. But then we get to the best promo of the fucking night, the best episode of Miz TV, as he tries to stir up trouble between AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan before their match at Crown Jewel on November 2nd. As we get closer to AJ Styles, who will, mind you, be the first in about, I don't know, since CM Punk won the championship or held the championship, the first guy in over 5 years to hold the title for over a year. And I'm not talking about that Universal Championship garbage. I mean the actual WWE Championship. But this was a fantastic Miz TV. I know they don't got it all. They don't either. Oh, they do, maybe. Miz and Daniel Bryan, AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan shake hands before the entire team of Miz TV takes place.
An honorable handshake? An honorable handshake, respect, mutual respect. That is the absolute last thing that anyone wants to see in a fight for the most coveted prize in all of sports entertainment.
Let me say something here. This gets so annoying that WWE continues to have AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan, The Miz, Samoa Joe, everybody who goes for the WWE Championship, calling it the most honorable, prestigious title in all of wrestling or whatever, and it hasn't had a main event spot on a pay-per-view since February. March. I'm sorry, March. Since March. That's 7 months. 7 long months that the WWE Championship has been a mid-card title. And the only reason it was a main event at Fastlane was because it was a SmackDown-only pay-per-view. Now, I don't give a fuck what anyone says. This is unacceptable for the caliber of the title as the WWE Championship. I'm just saying.
Oh, this is going to be riveting. Oh, Miz. I heard you talk about AJ's WWE Championship match at Super Showdown. Just out of curiosity, you want to talk about our match? I mean,
They did cut out the AJ Styles thing.
very long.
I will say before Daniel Bryan was brought on, he did ask AJ Styles how the family is. AJ got up and wasn't happy about that because everything he had to go through with Samoa Joe. And Paige did tell him is to be professional because his animosity with Daniel Bryan, the fact that he wants to be the WWE champion. But we continue.
Unlike you, I will remain professional. AJ, you've been champion for 11 months now. You've competed against the greatest competitors in the world.
It'll be 11 months, I think, on the 17th or something.
Amongst your challengers.
Well, let me just say this. As of late, I would say Samoa Joe has been my greatest competitor. He took things beyond the ring, brought them to my doorstep. He made it personal. This match is going to stay in the ring between these ropes in the house that AJ Styles built.
With that, you're saying that you're better than everyone, including Daniel Bryan. Got it.
I didn't say that. You're
Daniel, how do you feel about that? Well, he didn't actually say that. But I'm glad that AJ Styles thinks that he's better than me. You're glad? Did you use the word glad? He feels glad? What about that comment makes you feel glad? Well, here's the thing, and you wouldn't know anything about this, is I want to beat a worthy.
Oh, that's great.
And nobody in the WWE has proven more worthy than AJ Styles, as he has defended the most coveted championship in the WWE for over 300 days, night in and night out.
I believe AJ Styles is at exactly 335 days, or 336. I think he was at 333 at Super Showdown, so he'd be at 336. He is less than 30 days from a full year.
You see, Miz, AJ Styles has earned the right to think he's better than me. He's earned the right to think he's better than everybody else. And to be fair, since I've made my return, I still have a lot to prove. So yes, I'm glad that AJ Styles thinks he can beat me, because deep down, I know I can beat AJ.
No disrespect, Daniel, but since you've come back from your injury, it's not like you faced anyone who is phenomenal.
This match at the Crown Jewel, this WWE World Championship match.
About to get serious.
This is the kind of thing, this is the very reason that I fought so hard to come back from retirement. Because you see, I talked for a long time about fighting for my dreams, but I never explained what my dream actually was.
This is by far, like this, and I hope they got AJ here too, and The Miz. This is the best part of this entire show.
My dream was not to come back and do psychological warfare. My dream was not to come back and have fun. My dream was not to come back and reunite Team Hell No. My dream was not to come back and fight this jerk. My dream that I was fighting for, that image that I kept at the top of my brain the whole time I was striving to come back, was one thing and one thing only. the WWE World Championship. AJ, the only thing standing in the way between me and my dream.
And it just got serious. They don't have the Miz portion, I can already tell you, and it sucks, man. That's the best part of this, really, too.
Well, I'm not moving. Not for you or anybody.
Love it. That's how they're going to end it. Then, of course, The Miz goes on a scathing rant about how not AJ, but Daniel Bryan stole his championship opportunity, and that after Crown Jewel, he's going to be next. And the fact that the WWE Championship, and I agree with it, has been the most irrelevant of all, like the most irrelevant it has been in a long time. There's a reason that the WWE Championship has not main evented since March, and that reason is that you wanted to look in the mirror. And that was an awesome promo and all. Then, of course, AJ's like, how fun is it to, he asked Daniel Bryan, how fun is it to punch Miz in the face? Daniel Bryan's like, it's real fun to punch him in the face. AJ Styles like, I knocked his tooth out. And it was fantastic. Definitely the best Miz TV in a long time, and definitely the best promo of the show. This definitely elevated SmackDown to a very good show this week. Then, Miz is like, well, you're not facing me tonight, but you're going to be facing the guy that Daniel Bryan got lost to last week, and that man is Shelton Benjamin. We got AJ Styles versus Shelton Benjamin. And I'm going to say this, if Shelton Benjamin was viewed correctly, and AJ Styles was not the WWE Championship, this would be, one, a dream match in different circumstances, and two, this would be a pay-per-view quality. This would be a pay-per-view worthy match between Shelton Benjamin and AJ Styles if Shelton Benjamin was actually used right. Now, I am going to say this because speaking of dream matches, next week I think I mentioned it. Rey Mysterio will be taking on Shinsuke Nakamura for a spot at Crown Jewel's World Cup. Finally, somebody outside of the United States will be getting a chance at the World Cup. But that's not the big thing. That is a dream match. Look at the landscapes of Raw and SmackDown. SmackDown should be known as the land of dream matches. I do not remember who tweeted it. I wish I could quote them. I apologize that I can't. But someone actually tweeted out the SmackDown is the land of dream matches because you have so many dream matches that you can get. Tonight, in the first time ever in WWE, we got Samoa Joe versus Jeff Hardy. We got Shelton Benjamin versus AJ Styles. To some people, those are dream matches because they haven't seen them before. We also had Charlotte versus Becky, which is a good match. We could also have Shinsuke Nakamura versus a babyface Shinsuke Nakamura versus a Shelton Benjamin. Daniel Bryan versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Rey Mysterio versus Shinsuke Nakamura, which we are getting next week. We have Jeff Hardy versus Rey Mysterio, which hasn't probably been done. Jeff Hardy versus Rey Mysterio, I do not think has ever happened. I could be wrong. Somebody please tell me in the comment section if I am wrong, but I don't think Jeff Hardy versus Rey Mysterio one-on-one has ever happened. We have Daniel Bryan versus Rey Mysterio. That's a dream match right there. We have AJ Styles versus Rey Mysterio. That's a dream match. SmackDown has so many dream matches to give us. Samoa Joe versus Rey Mysterio. Sign me up for that one. What does Monday Night Raw have? Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose running roughshod over everybody. There ain't a single dream match on that card, on that show. Period. And that's the truth. It is the truth. Definitely looking forward to SmackDown 1000 next week. It's going to be great, I think. Maybe. Hopefully better than Raw 25. Then we had Shelton Benjamin versus AJ Styles, which was a damn good... I wouldn't say it was a damn good match. It was a decent match. It was definitely a SmackDown-worthy match. Like I said, if you give these guys time, AJ Styles was not the WWE champion, and these guys were just having some kind of feud. I think Shelton Benjamin and AJ Styles could have a pay-per-view quality match on pay-per-view and have a stellar feud. AJ AJ Styles wins with the phenomenal forearm, and I would love to see these two again. He did, Shelton Benjamin, AJ Styles was trying to go for the phenomenal forearm, and I saw it coming before it actually hit, but Shelton Benjamin hits a beautiful running step-up knee to AJ Styles as he's trying to come up over the table. So, over the rope. So, definitely pretty good, but definitely would love to see another AJ Styles and Shelton Benjamin match. Before we get anywhere else, we did have 2 matches tonight, and I loved what they did for the World Cup qualifiers. I should have mentioned this on AJ, Jeff Hardy, and Samoa Joe, but all 4 guys got a highlight package for what they are and who they are and what they are doing. I love that. That's something reminiscent of the Cruiserweight Classic. It also is like what they do with the Mae Young Classic. It's like, it gives you some, everyone should know all the superstars going to do these, but it does, give you a reminder of things that they've done if you're, not familiar with, what Jeff Hardy's capable of, or Samoa Joe, and Big Show and Randy Orton as well. Just a really pretty cool thing. And I am definitely looking forward to that Rey Mysterio. And they also did a hype package for Rey Mysterio too, because he does return next week on Smackdown to take on Shinsuke Nakamura for Crown Jewel. So the bogus World Cup can actually get a little bit of international flavor. Just saying. And then I think we get the lowest part of the show, which was, and that's what the Big Show main eventing, by the way, the rest of one night in Milwaukee. Huge Rusev Day chant for Aiden English, who's in the middle of the ring. They played the next part of the clip, and it's Lana telling Aiden, "I want you to know how much you mean to us, because you hyping up Rusev, singing his praises and everything is awesome." He says, Aiden looks like he's about, and this I saw coming, but he's like, "Oh, you guys mean so much to me too. This is awesome. I'm glad to be a part of this." And then he walks up to Lana, looks like he's about ready to go in for a kiss, and Aiden stops the tape. It's like, "You want to see the rest? Well, let me bring out Rusev so I can try and, talk him into getting back Rusev Day by kicking Lana to the curb." As soon as he stopped it, what he did, I knew what the ending of this tape was. And Rusev comes out, and Lana comes out. Aiden's like, I don't want to show the rest of the tape because this is a kid's show, and I know it was bogus immediately. What happened was, basically, Lana's sitting there. Aiden looks to try and give her a kiss. Lana's like, "Whoa, what are you doing? You read that wrong." And she goes to leave. The crowd starts chanting "creep, creep, 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 creep" to Aiden English. Aiden then tells Lana his offer's still on the still on the table. "When you're getting tired of those Rusev days, come over here for an Aiden night." Oh. It was a cliffhanger that we all knew was going to go absolutely nowhere. It was the downest part. It was a down part of the night, but I am okay with everything else. And then we had Big Show versus Randy Orton in about a 10-minute match. The match was pretty decent. Big Show is so much smaller. This guy has lost a lot of weight compared to his last match that he had against a Braun Strowman last year when he got thrown out of a cage for his surgery. So Big Show definitely looking slimmer. Very slim. This match ended, and I know certain podcasters are going to probably complain with the fact that Randy Orton's first RKO since he came back turning heel, it was used on the Big Show, but the first RKO we've seen since Randy Orton has come back was used on the Big Show. Big Show tried 2 or 3 times to do the WMD, which is his weapon, his right-hand punch, which is, if anyone knows what the woman's right is for Lacey Evans, it's Big Show's version. He tries to cock it down and get it ready to go a couple times, and Randy Orton leaves the ring. The second or third time, he pulls him up, and Randy Orton, beforehand, actually I have to say this, hit a draping DDT, twisting DDT to the Big Show on the, on the top rope, from the top rope, which was crazy. But Randy Orton pokes Big Show in the eye because the referee, Charles Robinson, is behind the Big Show, so he's not going to be able to see the poke in the eye. Big Show turns around, has his eye covered. Randy Orton runs into the ring, hits an RKO, 1, 2, 3, and Randy Orton moves on to Crown Jewel. Again, I am not happy with the fact that the first four versions of the first four superstars in Crown Jewel's tournament is all from the United States. It's not a World Cup. It's not. It is not a World Cup. It's USA versus whomever from the other side. Rey Mysterio, Shinsuke Nakamura will give you international flavor. And I really don't care who wins, but at least we'll finally get somebody who's not from the United States. The other 4 slots have to be from other countries, or you're just making a mockery of the World Cup, which again was won by Kushida last year. Just saying. Anyway, that was SmackDown Live. We should all be looking forward to SmackDown Live 1000. Rey Mysterio returns, Evolution. I could be wrong, but has Ric Flair never been on SmackDown Live 2 as a wrestler? I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I don't know if when he was the co-owner of the WWF back in 2002, I don't even think then he was ever on SmackDown. I could, again, be wrong, but if so, this would be Evolution and Ric Flair's debut on SmackDown Live. I could be totally wrong, but I don't know that. We also have, of course, Rey Mysterio, Evolution, Edge. Undertaker has been confirmed for the first time in 2 years. Because the last time, and this is the thing, the last time The Undertaker was on SmackDown was before Survivor Series of 2016, and he came out and threatened the Team SmackDown if you did not win, there was going to be dire consequences for somebody. And that was going to lead to absolutely nowhere because Vince McMahon changed his mind and went with Roman versus Undertaker at the next WrestleMania. And we all know how well that went. But that is your SmackDown Live review. It is probably the best SmackDown Live of the year. Was it perfect? No, absolutely not. But it's definitely, I was not bored. My intelligence was only insulted with the Alien English One Night in Milwaukee. That was the worst part of the show, and that's even with Big Show being in the main event. The rest of the show I actually enjoyed. There was no stupidness from the New Day. The New Day was nowhere to be found. Thank God I am over the New Day. And there was just great wrestling. One side note though, 205 Live did get taped before SmackDown Live tonight, and I will say this now, that there was a debut on the show. Mike and Maria Kanellis are now part of 205 Live. My thoughts on that is this: good for Mike. He is going to be He is going to be under the tutelage of Triple H and his crew. So we actually might get to see what Mike Bennett can actually do on WWE TV and see him actually wrestle. So that's something to look forward to tomorrow and whatever they do with him, because I believe he attacks Leo Rush and whoever he was facing during that match, so it's going to be interesting to see what they do. I will maybe talk about tomorrow doing NXT's review, but I'm not sure there's going to be so much with NXT because we do have that huge NXT TakeOver worthy triple threat match this coming tomorrow night. So look forward to that. I will be back for that tomorrow. Until then, my name is Franz. Follow me on Twitter at @TheFranz. Follow me on twitch.tv/TheFranz08. Hit that subscribe button. Comment down below. Like or dislike this video, and I will see you guys tomorrow for the biggest NXT of the year, in my opinion. Until then, I'm getting out of here.